Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Echoes of Elysium. It is I guess I'm going to call it an airship survival sandbox game. There's not a whole lot of survival sandbox. You don't have to worry about keeping any of your meters high, except for your health, of course, but you're building up an airship, flying from island to island, grabbing resources, and fighting against kind of an oppressive clockwork army. I should mention a couple of things. One, a very quick thank you to Lork Games for reaching out and sponsoring this video. It was very kind of you. And that Echoes of Elysium is available in demo form right now as part of the Steam Next Fest. So if you want to play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. And also another disclaimer that this is a very early alpha demo of this game. So it's going to be a little clunkier than what I normally show. But I'm a huge sucker for, well, airships is the real answer. And so I want to check it out and want to show it off. So what is our world name? Mark. What is our world seed? Also Wark. What's our password? No, you can't join me. This is a solo world. All right, we're gonna be Kronk because that character is absolutely giving me a smolder. I guess, does Kronk really do us? He does have kind of like a weird hunkish grin, right? I gotta watch Emperor's New Groove again. It's been a while. I actually have like zero memories of that movie. Most of it is just from like watching random clips of it. It has been like over 20 years. Oh boy. I'm actually kind of surprised that's not one of those that's like ever been really publicly re-released or anything like that. This feels like those like old beloved 2D animated movies could just regularly re-release in theaters. And maybe just every like 5 years, just catch the kids on a cycle. I don't know, it's how I do it, but I don't make the rules or the capitalism. It's probably not actually worth it, but I don't know. Like, my parents showed me a lot of old kid stuff when I was a kid, and I had no idea it was old. I loved it all the same, and it didn't really matter. In Elysium, we lived as eternal heroes, blessed by the gods, in a paradise untouched by death or decay. Then, without warning, everything changed. One by one, our friends vanished, and cracks formed in our perfect world. With the world torn apart, we crafted airships to navigate the shattered skies. Despair gripped us until he arrived. He came with strange machines, promising to find the missing. For the first time in ages, we felt hope. But it didn't last. Most of us disappeared, and Elysium began to crumble. He wasn't a savior, he was the cause. War erupted, but we were too late. Now you've made it through. You must stay hidden and uncover the truth behind Elysium's fall. And now I'm just on a boat. I'm on a boat, off the boat. Okay, so the entire early premise of this is very Raft, I guess I would say. If you've ever played Raft or anything like it, it's one of those where you are starting with almost nothing and working your way up, but you have kind of a mobile base to work with, rather than a static one elsewhere. Which is, I don't know, I like that kind of format. It makes it so you have considerably less travel times. I've seen other games do it in different ways, so like, you know, loads of checkpoints that you can just warp to and from your base. I think that works too. I'm always preferential to the Skybase vibe just because, I don't know, there's something really satisfying about it. Oh boy. Bye! I want to pick up this wood, but it is descended. Okay, let's just try not to take falling damage here. Oh cool, I can just pick that up. Okay, so the problem is jumping cost me jetpack fuel. I feel like those should be separate, maybe. Maybe. We will see. Unfortunately, the starting jetpack is pretty grabbo. Hopefully there's upgrades that we can get later on. They give me like a little bit more lateral thrust, whatnot. It doesn't actually seem like I have a jetpack slot, so hopefully that gets added somewhere along the way. Like I said, this is going to be very early alpha, so like do not expect that this is going to be what the full game is going to look like when it is actually done. That many things have changed since, honestly, the playtest that I tried playing before this one. And many things will likely change before the game actually launches, too. Okay, so I'm gonna just do that. I want to check something. Game. They took away the settings. I had access to a playtest version that was... Oh, actually, this is a lot cheaper. Well, that's useful. I had access to a playtest version that actually gave me a lot of... like really nice settings, like how much loot I drop. Let's see. Okay, so I need some more wood for that one. I just want to start slowly forming a bigger boat around my smaller boat so that I have actual space to work with. Eventually, what I will probably do once I have access to dry land is the pickup radius bigger? I think it is. Because that was actually one of my big complaints about the last version of this I played. Was that it was a small nightmare actually picking certain things up because you would fly like straight through them and it wasn't enough. And this feels better. I mean, just across the board. Okay. Now there's another trick I think I can pull off if I need to. If I run out of jetpack fuel while I'm out here. I think I'm gonna be fine. Some wood right next to the ship that I'm not gonna get. Doesn't matter that much. I'm preferential to the grappling hook system over this jetpack. And it was, well, that's just oh wait, no, it's not ascending. It's because without holding spacebar, my character actually slowly descends as kind of a nice slow fall. I really gotta stop jumping. It actually costs way more stamina even than boosting upwards, which is a little silly. I do see a barrel. I did it again. There we go. He gave me some broken parts. I have not seen that before. But yeah, I wonder if I can actually fall to get my stamina back. Maybe. It takes a little bit for it to start regenning, though, so I don't think I can do it. We will see. I like the idea of being able to hop off my ship to go grab things, but I think from the perspective of like grappling hooks, just being able to sit on the deck and just go like bing, 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 pick it all up, feels so much safer. Okay, so what are we gonna do? It doesn't look like I have much that I can do at the moment, so let's craft some fuel. Much as we can make, really. I'm gonna need more metal if I'm gonna be doing this, but that's okay. There's some metal right there. Okay, has no available output, so it's just dumped right next to the boat. I'll have to figure out the outputs. I like the fact that it's saying you have no available outputs. Purely from the perspective of... Oh, no. That's flying off. I like the idea of that because that means that I can have, like, presumably some level of linked inventory systems to work with here. Okay, one... I might have to do that trick that I was talking about. No, I'm gonna have just enough stamina for this. Yeah. Definitely feels like I have a lot better lateral movement than I had previously. Okay. So we need one of these, but I need 4 stone, which we most assuredly do not have. Is this working? It is working, just very slowly. Well, I got some fuel. Which means I can actually pilot this thing. We're just gonna go park on that beach over there, or next to it, and grab some stuff. Whoop. Oh, good. The output from the lithium condenser. Okay, if I press J, it just turns off my engines entirely. The output just lands right there. So I think I can make this jump. Yeah, no problem. Mostly I wanted to park my ship far enough out that I could go grab resources if I wanted to. We are going to need more wood. And we don't currently have an axe. There we go. Okay, so let's just look around and see what we can find on this island. Beach is empty, but eh. I'll let my stamina come back. Looks good. Like, it's one of those where, I don't know how many of you... Ooh, there's a really bright glow here, so we got some wild berries. We don't have to worry about food, though, so I'm assuming this is mostly for healing. However, ooh. Push stone, that's what we need. So I was actually able to get some wood from here, somehow. Wait. Okay, I can punch the pine. I can punch the cypress. Not well, but it gives me some resources. Okay, cool. What about the bush? Yes. Yeah, so we're just going to go ham and pick up as much as we can, bring it back down to the base, and see if I can get some actual tools. Because I'd like to be able to harvest wood without having to hop off the ship. And so if that means eating just like a gazillion trees, then so be it. Okay, so some of the resource spawn spots are not quite in obeyance with physics, but that's okay. I mean, once again, it's always hard to judge, like, games that are in alpha. I usually don't. But I really like skyships. It's a problem. Is it? I don't know if I'd categorize it as a problem so much as it's an obsession. Like, I've been trying to write novels for, like, years at this point. Not, like, super actively. But one of the most, like, consistent things is me trying to jam in airships and possibly mecha. And it's, like, such a consistent, feature. And so anytime there is any game with airships at all, I'm just like, I am there. Doesn't even take a whole lot of convincing on my part. It just has to look kind of nice. Which, speaking of, this looks really nice. Like, I don't know how many of you are my age. I'm assuming most people watching this video are probably vaguely in their 20s and 30s. Do you remember when every game forever was brown? I do, and it sucked. It was not like a good aesthetic. It worked for, like, Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, and maybe, like, Half-Life, kind of, sort of. It worked for any boring dystopias. Or fantasy dystopias. Or just, like, really moody, broody, sad games. It worked great for those. But, like, so many other games were just, like, frustratingly brown. In a... I don't enjoy looking at this game, and I don't think I will ever enjoy looking at it ever again. So... to have, like, these really beautiful blue skies with, like, blue ambient occlusion and whatnot. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, I don't know how much plant fiber I need. I'm actually hoping I could get some more wood, but I guess you don't really get wood from a bush. Sticks at best. Well, I guess that did give me some. Okay. I think this is more than enough things to bring back. I see another stone here, but I think the rest of this I will leave for a bit later. But yeah, whoever's in charge of the special effects and environments is doing a very good job with the lighting too. I guess they are kind of separate things. There we go. Yeah, we want to pick up as many of those broken parts as we can too. Because I don't think I'm getting a whole lot of metal. Normally. I kind of wish there was, like, really overt updrafts carrying all this loot upwards. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense for it to be slowly floating upwards. I don't know. Does it? Nothing makes sense. It's fantasy. Okay, oh my gosh, my inventory is grass. So that does mean that I can make a galley. However, hull, we should probably put it on the other side. Okay, crafting. And crafting bench. So galley lets me cook grilled meat, wild berry juice. So gives me some healing. We also have kebab skewers, but we haven't found any meat yet. I'm going to write that off for a bit. We might have to go back there, but we do have a lot of resources. Now let's see if I can make, okay, basic repair wrench, struts, drill pick, chain axe. So I need leather, sprockets, and struts. So we can make a sprocket, we can make a strut. Leather requires hide, so we gotta find a critter to kill. Well, if I'm gonna find that anywhere, I'm gonna probably find it on the ship. Let's see. What do I do with this? Used for making rope. We can make burlap, rope, and cloth in large quantities. Okay. Luckily, that takes literally no time to make. Okay, we also have roots. So I could mess with cooking. Here's the thing, though. It's probably not necessary. Okay, propulsion, gathering, storage. Crates. Requires a deck slot and rope. Okay, so these crates will just be everything. Stack all, there we go. Store everything out, and let's go back. Try and find some meat out here. Hopefully there's some. But yeah, one of the blessings of extremely accessible game development. Running up that hill. Oh! There we go. Okay, so there's a damaged construct here, who clearly has it out for me. Well, I got a wrench. I got a wrench, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see, what else? I don't really need tons of plant fiber, if I can avoid it. We're looking for twigs, but at least we know we can fight those guys. And I can just grab more of these roots and just jam them in my face hole. Did that actually drop wood? Oh, wait, goat! Whoop! I was not expecting the goat to attack. And another one of those guys, but that's okay. Alright, cool. So we got hide now. For starters... yeah, so I can just eat a couple of those. I don't know why they're not on my hot bar. I said is one? No. And there's no way for me to get them in my hot bar either. Like, I guess we just keep looking around until we find another goat that feels like sacrificing its flesh to my glorious cause. Looks like the damaged constructs are a consistent feature. They just show up after a certain point. On the plus side, they're not actually too dangerous. Even if they hit me, it's not, like, super bad. Oh, for a second, I thought it dropped some hide, too. A bit of feedback for the devs. Well, I mean, I guess it's not that bad. Go! Wow, the goats go down in no time flat. It did actually give me some more hide, yeah? Yeah. Go! I need to kill, like, one more. I'm not keen on breaking all these bushes because I certainly don't need the resources on me. But still. I was going to say, a bit of feedback for the devs. Put like a little belt pouch symbol for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Just because it wasn't actually immediately obvious that that was my quick bar. It makes sense now. Like, it didn't take that long for me to figure it out, but it was still kind of a baseline of like, wish I could access my hotbar to put the goat. Wish I could access my hotbar to put things on it. And the answer is, oh, no, I already can. Okay, do I think I'm in a good spot? Maybe. Also noticing my computer's chugging a little bit, which is surprising because I've got a very top-of-the-line machine. So, I guess if you are running a toaster, this demo might be inaccessible. Might be one of those that you want to leave it for once it's closer to release. Probably just not culling a whole lot of entities, or there's, you know, the models that have maybe too many tries. I don't know. I've only just gotten into 3D modeling lately as kind of like a small hobby. Okay, should watch my stamina. Should also make sure I eat these. Oh, good to know. You can only benefit from healing off of one of those one at a time. Oh, it's okay. We have tons. Hopefully, eventually, we can put, like, a farm on the boat. So I can just grow these things myself. I guess that's kind of why you'd want to cook. I was hoping to get just a little bit more fiber, but there's unfortunately no way for me to detect the goat. So I kind of just have to wait for it to randomly come out and hang out next to me. And die. Same thing with the damaged constructs to some degree. At least they drop a decent amount of resources for me. Sprockets and hinges, which are nice. We need those. Okay. I guess I'm just going to take all this down. There's more that I could do. And it does seem like a number of these resources might come back. The food definitely looks like it has. But yeah, I'm slowly trying to reteach myself some 3D modeling here. I guess I'm covering a little bit of that. Quick bar, whatever. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I could turn off my PNG tuber, but I'm trying to keep it consistently on. We need more rope. Crafting bench, burlap rope. Okay, cool. And we have a output. Okay, make some leather. Looks like that's all I can make. Okay, all we need are a couple of struts. So let's do chain axe. Because then I can go back onto the ship and just do whatever. Okay, take the rope with me. Oh. Other bit of feedback, I would love to be able to do control... Oh, it's control click to move it. No, it is not. Control click just removes it. Oh, there's durability on things. I wish I could do like shift click to move things over. I think shift click, no, doesn't do anything. Control click just dumps it on the ground, which is not the most helpful. Also, instead of stack all, I would love to have a quick stack button as well, or even like a stack from inventory. These are a lot of like really basic things that would help a lot. But one, if you're on the ship, maybe have it so that every crafting bench can just pull from every other crafting bench and other bit of inventory. Okay, I do not actually have enough space here. AoE crafting is unbelievably helpful when it comes to I put my axe away. Oh, that's an annoyance. I mean, luckily it's not that big of a deal. Okay, and that should be the sprocket that I need to get the mining pick at the very least. But yeah, AoE crafting and quick stack and stuff is really nice. Other one would be, I'd love to be able to press a button to like, on this, like a shift click, middle click, something like that. to put a little lock on it, so when I do stack all, it doesn't stack all. Or stack all only pulls from the resources that you actually have on hand. Like there's a lot of ways to do it, and I don't want to speak to like this is the best way. But we definitely need a shift click so I can pull things over quickly, as opposed to slowly. Okay, so I should also be able to make the drill pick now. Cool. And then if I really want to go for the effort, we can... Well, no, we don't have any iron ingots. So I might be able to get enough stuff so I can make the headband and bracers. I guess it's actually not going to take too much effort. What do you mean? Oh, what? You absolutely have an output. That's confusing. Okay. Put these here. I'd also say maybe just make it that the quick bar is exempt from quick stacking. You know, have players move that around on their own. Okay, so there's some broken parts. But I'd very much like to be able to stand on the boat and just hit like a button to quick stack from my inventory and just be like, hey, just please dump off all of this stuff. I don't need it on me right now. It's actually just going to make my life harder. Or, you know, I don't need this on me right now, and I'd like to put it into the nearest container that contains other units, or, you know, other instances of the same item. Because that would just make it nice and easy. Well, I got a scrap axe, so I guess let's go chop a tree. I don't think I see any deposits to mine. Oh, no. We got this down here. Okay, that works well enough. I don't think I see too much else to be able to grab here. Grab the metal, though. Because, yeah, I need a fair bit of broken parts. Let's see. There's some things around. I got plenty of berries. I've got some amount of this stuff. I actually do have. So we need the rope and the cloth. Because, yeah, we might as well make the bracers. Could I make struts? And I don't possibly have any other struts sitting around, do I? Nope. Did the bracer actually show up on me? Yes, it did. Okay, that's nice. Oh, sure, we'll just make a couple of struts. So now we have enough for the headband. So, I'm gonna need some more leather, so I'm gonna need to kill 4 more goats. And I'm gonna have to find some iron. We might want to find a different island than this one, but... Sure. Oh, you know what? Let's, what else do we have? We have a pallet lower wall, logs, ore chunks, and other large haulable items. We have a winch. Harpoons and nets to collect logs and ore chunks. Ooh. Reaper turret. Fires shells for mining and lumbering. Huh. Okay, so it actually seems like gathering's a little bit spicier than I thought. We also get some sails. Yeah, we just need deck slots to actually put these things down. We do cooking. Though, I guess the real trick would be mostly... spend our resources. I'm just going to make a bigger boat around the small boat, I think is going to be my play. Yeah, so we don't have any good pieces to really taper this out. So either we make it a giant rectangle or we... Oh. Actually, yeah, do we just not have enough pieces? Oh, we don't. That's... It's like... slightly unfortunate. Yeah, so I can't even vary this a little bit. We pretty much have to do this. Need more wood to build that. Fair enough. But at least I've got a bigger boat that I can actually work with now. I was going to build more crates, wasn't I? Oh, it's fine. All I need is wood. So let's go dump all this stuff off. See if there's anything else. Because I do actually see another deposit there, but I'm pretty sure it's just stone. Then we can work our way up. What was I going to say? 3D modeling, right. Yeah, I've been getting into a little bit of 3D modeling so I could actually make custom bases and base elements for my Warhammer minis, which is a little silly. But like, I don't know. Why not, right? Oh. Okay, so I can now make a wood plank. I was not expecting this to just stick onto my back, but alright. Let's see. So let's also look around, see if there's any iron deposits here. There is this stuff. Because there's a lithium deposit that I can work with. Oh. I see. As long as I'm carrying that log, my stamina is going down. Okay. Bunch of fuel shards. I wonder if the lithium deposit is endless. Nope. Okay, let's just grab a little bit of everything. Probably grab that log before it sails off into the sunset. I feel like stamina should not actually... I don't feel like there should be extra stamina cost just for having the log on your back, even if that doesn't quite make sense. Okay. Oh. Okay, goat dead. I don't know, that log might have just decided to sail off into the future. I can no longer see it. And it costs me almost nothing to get another one of those. I was hoping it wouldn't just float away, but I guess gravity here is a suggestion. Okay, let's just put this one. At least we have enough for like one more bit of leather. Okay, let's just go back to the boat. But yeah, it feels like it should cost maybe extra stamina to sprint with the log. Maybe even fly with the log. But that's it. I do appreciate that I have a bigger boat around my smaller boat. So, cannot interact while hauling. I just wanted to build a thing. Huh. Where do I make... Where do I make wood? Are you... Really? Well, that's rude. Okay, basic repair. We need some sprockets. And some struts. I guess we don't have any struts at the moment. Okay. Yeah, hauling lumber, I don't think I'm gonna bother with. Wait. Oh, the log is here. Well, at least it's easy enough to repair. I feel like that's a little dubious. Okay, nothing's broken. How do I do anything with this? Yeah, the problem is it requires leather, rope, and more struts if I want to even do anything with this thing. I was hoping that the storage would at least be easier. Crafting. Smelter for raw ore. Galley crafting bench. We learned how to make lumber, but... maybe it's not something we do here. Wait, there's crafting and then there's workbench? Oh, no, nothing with that. Okay, so... it wants me to build a winch, but I think we need to get the pallet lower hull first. Okay, build a couple of those. Those are leather. And I'm gonna need some struts. Go back to this one, just do a stack all, drop things off. For some reason it pulls that off. Ooh, lithium fuel shards are separate and bigger resource. Good to know. Okay. I guess we just get metal? Because I could try and fight the broken watchwork dude until I can get enough resources, but that doesn't seem practical. Okay, so earlier I was talking about wanting a... oh, well, that didn't work. Was talking about wanting a grappling hook. Looks like I think that's supposed to be the winch. Let's... oh, well, this isn't gonna work. Respawn. The fun fact, you can just respawn and drop your stuff back off. I'm 90% certain that's not going to be how this works when the full game is out, but I will take it for now. We want a pallet. So we need 2 more bits of broken pieces. Metal bits. Oh, interesting. Are they actually getting trapped under my boat? I almost kind of feel like you could put, like, magnets on the bottom of the boat. Just hoover up whatever resources are down there. Let's see. Yeah, the problem is the metal bits are fewer and further between, and further away, too. I'm seeing a lot of them, but they're not in reach. Oh, the reason why they're floating is because they just are infused with lithium, which I'm harvesting off of them. That makes sense. Actually. Still kind of wish you'd occasionally get like a random gen of like a partially constructed airship going by with like random loot on it too. I know that's very rafty, but it's a good way of giving players a little bit more. Okay, so we can make that, we just need the rope. And we need a strut. Okay, now that I have properly strut. Give. Okay, cool. So we now have a pallet with some resources on it. So if I want to make one of these, I'm going to need sprockets and other things. Really wish I could pin a recipe. Need strut, sprockets, and fuel. But we do actually have a whole mess of this stuff. We might as well start processing it. Because otherwise it's just sitting there. Oh, that's... here, it's this one. Oh. I actually, in fact, cannot. Okay, if I want to do storage, let's put that there, that there. So now we have more things that we can store. Why does it pull from my quick slots first? What do you mean you don't have a resource thing there? Unless the crates are something else. Wait, what? I am just in a state of perpetual bafflement over, like, a couple of things. Why is the ship busted right next to me? Yeah, it did take some damage. No idea how. Probably for me bonking the log into it again, let's be honest here. Okay, so easiest way for me to get more sprockets is probably to go harass the dude. Because he drops sprockets, he drops hinges, I think he drops struts. There's an easier way for me to get metal, I'm love to know, but I think we're out of luck, at least for the moment. Maybe there's like scrap metal deposits somewhere that I can harvest. What is that? It's just more mandrill roots. I guess we haven't checked the proper hilltop here. See if there's anything valuable. The answer is no. What about everywhere else? Just looks like more roots. The one thing we could do is actually just find a different island, which might be easier than just this. But to try to finish my topic on 3D modeling before I keep going too far away from it. It's really hard to do like efficient 3D modeling. Here we go. It's extremely efficient or it's extremely messy, and there's not really... Okay, so it seems like as soon as I kill one of these guys, another one just spawns in. Which works for me, actually. Because, yeah, we're getting 2 broken parts per clockwork golem. Huh. Yeah, I need an island that's a little bit fightier. Just has a couple more enemies coming to nibble on me. I could also use more leather. What I need is an island filled with bears and bear mecha. I need to go to bear mecha. That's the answer. Where is anybody that wants to fight me? Because I don't want to gather anything. It's not going to benefit me in the slightest. I mean, I can pop back out here and just grab the resources myself. This requires a lot of sprockets. Because I think it's 3 sprockets, which is the tough part. Because I think what happens is the Clockwork Knight spawns somewhere on the island and is immediately aware that I am present, but maybe can't reach me immediately. Maybe. You know the one thing I haven't tried doing? I haven't tried chopping the little trees yet. With the axe. Okay. I mean, it gives me more wood, not lumber. Or not a big log, which is arguably better. Okay. I think this island just doesn't cut it for me. I was hoping to grab the winch before we did anything, as it would give me some more options. Okay. It would at least let me grab stuff while we're flying from point to point. Okay. At least I've got 8 broken parts. Another one of these. Much wood as I need, kind of. Rope aplenty. Cloth, we have hinges. I just don't really need hinges for much of anything. Okay, that's all of it. So what do I need to build one of these? 2 more sprockets. Oof. And a strut. Yeah, the problem is the sprockets are pricey. Oh well. I mean, they're not that pricey. It's just a matter of the metal is just that much rarer. Kind of. I say as there's just like a gazillion bits of metal all over the place. Including stuck underneath my boat. Also feels like the fuel producer keeps getting stuck for some reason. Oh, if it doesn't have a valid spot to put the resources, it turns off and I have to interact with it again. That's how it's working. I understand. The other question is also, how do I want to organize this? Do I want to try and get like a second floor going? So I can winch things more comfortably? I think so. Okay, so far so good. So I should have just enough that I can make... We have the sprockets, all we need is a strut. And another one of these fuel cells. I swear we had another one stored somewhere. Unless I put it in the engine, which I might have? I think we just haven't been producing them. Nice of it to just give me the resources. For just walking around my ship. Ooh. There's barrels that have better payouts. Not by much, though. It is ostensibly better. Okay, snag this. Weird, there's so much metal spawning. There's so much everything spawning. What happened? Earlier it was like stingy as heck, and now it's just like, hey, buddy, you sure you want to go anywhere? I'm gonna give you all of the metal that you actually want. Okay. We should get this thing going. Okay, so if I do hull... Oh, we do actually have makeshift stairs. Cool. Okay, gathering. Perfect. Winch. I feel like the charge... Oh, unless it's currently firing the free version? Yeah, can I actually load ammo onto this? Oh. It has durability. It has durability. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna write that off for now. I think... This thing is too big. But hey, whatever. Let's go check out that other island. As long as I don't clunk too much. I mean, okay, this is actually kind of sick. The you now actually have a large functional airship and you can pilot it around. That feels good. But yeah, I want to find an island that's a little fightier. The one problem is I do know that there are like Eye of Sauron towers that will absolutely just wreck you for getting close, which is a little bit of a spook. I did a really good job with the clouds in my playtest footage that I will not air because I was having some problems. I wonder if this is actually having propulsion problems because it's too big now. Probably. But yeah, in my playtest footage, am I getting bonked on some of these resources? I might be. I'm definitely pushing that one bit of metal along, which is a little silly. Okay, this one seems like it has an ampler beachhead, which might have some resources. I'm seeing a couple more islands that are worth going to. I don't know, but oh, there's a reason to go to the smaller ones. That one's littered with ore. I guess we can go check that out next. Oh, I actually almost bonked that. That would have been bad. I'd cut the engines. And let's take a look at what we've got here. Namely, scrap pile. Oh. Where were you on the last island? Because that's going to open so many doors for me. And there's just like a gazillion free sprockets and other things. Check the other side. Okay. Well. Do we want to kind of close things off here? It says search for runes on islands, which I'd like to find, but I don't know how long that's gonna take. The game is actually pretty big. I'm also noticing it's getting a little choppier as we go along. And I don't know if it's memory leak or just game big. Let's go check out the top side. I also just have no way of knowing where a rune would be. Sometimes it's a little bit... I love that animation. Running up hills is hard, man. But yeah, apart from just flying around and hoping I spot something, we are entirely at the mercy of RNG for finding those runes. Ooh. I say as we find some runes. Did I actually harvest that? No. Well, I did say I needed to go to Bear Mecca. This is not Bear Mecca. But I'll take it. Okay. Eat some more roots. Check this out. This might not be much for loot. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep shoving food into my face. We've got harpoons sticking into these guys. We've got a lot of barrels, which conveniently have like leather for me. And battered copuses. You know, I think I can probably do without that. Oh, wait. We can also loot each of these. Excuse me, goat. Oh, grab the raw meat. So some of these constructs I can also loot. Is this not a rune? Oh. Gotta check. Is she pointing at an island? I don't know, actually. Because that's the... Is that not the island that I just came from? I don't know. Because if I do K... Oh, cool. So these are all the controls. We have a dodge button. Good to know. Let's see. Sails, open, clothes. Probably actually make some sails. Yeah, I can't harvest any of that stuff. So, back to the boat. Where is the boat? Oh, boat's over here. I like the scrap piles. That makes life a lot easier having a bunch of those. I was expecting more of the automatons to come try and fight me, but I guess we killed them all. I mean, it's nice. Either that or we demoralize them. I'll take that too if that's the case. Right. And I should still be eating carrots. Okay. Well, I don't know. I think we've seen a fair bit. We've definitely worked our way through the beginning of this game. What about propulsion? Cloth. Actually doable. Should probably figure out inventory space. Yeah, I have tons of scrap metal now. We also have a bunch of copuses, which is probably good for fighting things. Okay, hinges, cloth. What I need the most of. We can make some sails. But I think for starters, put that there. Okay, propulsion. Alright. So, is this deployed? No idea. Wants me to build a small rudder. Looks like the staircases are maybe not okay, steering. That requires a lot of stuff. Let's just make do without. Okay, J. Okay, there we go. And my camera was locked for some reason. Then the engine's back on, and if we press K again, nope. It seemed like the statue was pointing at one of these islands. We're gonna head that direction, see if there's anything there. I know I was gonna look at one of the mining islands, but that's not the most interesting. Oh, it's H. H to put out the sails. Holy moly. Turns out the sails really make a difference in terms of propulsion. We are zooming. We've more than doubled our speed. Oh, that looks like a rune at the very least. I think we're out of fuel. I think at this point this is just... Ooh, hold up. We're just gonna stop here for a second. Looks like there's some goodies down there that I should probably mess with. Grab a couple of these. Actually, move this back. This is gonna yell at me, but it's a good way of storing more of this stuff. At least for now. Even if it yells at me. Okay, move these over here. I see what looks to be a metal deposit and maybe some scrap down here. I just wanted to get the metal deposit. Okay. Oh. Yeah, having a real sword actually seems to make a massive difference when it comes to fighting. Makes sense. And good. It does look like I can get the iron deposit. So, I guess at this point, yeah, I'm kind of wrapping up the video. We keep finding things. I could go down to the beach and grab some more scrap bits, but I think I actually have a bunch. I can try and make a foundry. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Barrel. I mean, fine. When in Greece? I mean, I think the implication is that this is kind of Greco. Like, kind of a weird alternate ancient Greece more than anything else. Let's just grab all of the bits on the bottom, make a forge as well. The problem is what I really need is wood. And we don't have much. Okay, do I see anything left? No. There's actually quite a lot of islands here. I mean, there's oodles of wood. The main problem is just I have to hop off my boat to grab it all. If the winch had no cooldown and no ammo, I think that'd be fine. I think, yeah, I definitely say for at least grabbing the random garbage floating in space, give me something cheaper, like a portable winch or something like that. Okay, so I was going to try and make crafting. Oh, boy. I mean, I think we have enough rocks. Maybe we don't. We are a bit shy. Okay, whatever. It's not important. I wanted to look into that, but that on, this open. Interesting. The sails seem to take precedence. It's either sails or thrusters. Okay. I'm just gonna turn so I don't ram into the island. This looks like something, so I should probably at least check it out. It's a good send-off rather than just grabbing resources. Yeah, before I recorded this video, I'd been emailing my contact at Lork Games being like, I literally can't play this. The version I have just doesn't function. Very much looks like the answer was I was just on the old playtest. And it is really interesting to effectively go from kind of limited functionality to tons of functionality, actually quite good, content, explorables. Looks like this is a big crashed airship more than anything else. And some, I mean, iron deposits, which are probably nice if I want to grab some more things. But yeah, it's really neat seeing where this game was a couple months ago to, you know, the point that it's currently at, which is much more impressive, much more functional. Still could use some optimization, a lot more content, some desperately needed quality of life, especially when doing stuff on the ship. Just basic stuff like quick stacking or, all the iron ore just end up over here. Quick stacking or just quick inventory management, shift click to move things around, stuff like that is going to go a long way at making this game feel a lot better. Not to say that it's in a particularly rough spot at the moment, but it's got some rough edges that I think could be smoothed. Okay, there we go. Because my character is in a perpetual state of falling for reasons. I feel like there should be something here, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, maybe if we go down low? We got a... Oh, hold up. We got a ruined construct who had some things. A ripped missive. And a bit of resistance on an island with a large statue. Okay, I'm actually seeing some islands with stuff. Maybe. I'm seeing something like kind of tall in the island on the right side, so... Yeah, it does actually look like there's things to do. People to interact with. Well, maybe not people. I get the distinct feeling this is going to be one of those games that's devoid of life. And that's okay. Anywho. I guess with all this said, before I go, I should say a very quick thank you to Lork Games for reaching out and sponsoring this video. It's very kind of you. And yeah, it's really interesting. Oh, that's just a creepy death pit. Go down there and fall forever. Which I suppose I could do. I should probably empty my inventory out before I go anywhere because I've got a lot of valuables on me that I do not want to lose. But yeah, thanks for reaching out and sponsoring this video. It was very kind of you. It was a ton of fun. And I'm so much more positive about this now that I've really sunk my teeth into a demo that is considerably further along, both mechanically and in terms of like content and polish. That if the version that I previously seen was kind of the playtest, like the alpha playtest, and this is just the alpha, I can only imagine what the beta and the release is going to look like. I do expect this is probably going to be one of those games that's going to launch in early access. This is going to launch into early access, and probably still need a fair bit of work. Or I'm wrong. Maybe Lorik Games is just like absolute wizards and they'll just zip something out in like no time flat. We will see. I'm just gonna fly over some stuff. I see another temple with a person pointing. But we've been to those. That's just like a loot cache. And yeah, the fact that these sails have like cranked up my speed to this extent is absurd. Another temple. I think those temples just have resource caches and nothing else. I don't think the statues are pointing at anything particular, but I kind of wish they would. Like, I think that would actually be extremely cool if they were pointing at a... Okay. Well, you know what? We're fast enough. Something did damage to me. That's fine. Seeing something glowing there. Is that the Eye of Sauron? Yep. So that thing there shoots at me. It's not currently doing so. Whoop. That was confusing, but that's okay. Once again, this is an alpha. I'm assuming... Oh, no, my stuff is there. Kronk, open, take all. Do kind of wish take all would actually re-equip all your stuff, but whatever. At least my boat got stopped in a safe spot. Okay, well, we're not going to think about what just happened there. Once again, collision, early access. It was probably just a random piece of wood plonked me in the face. Oops. I'm going to respawn. I just realized the sails are open and this thing is moving. Okay, it is stopped. I just wanted to take a look at what's on this island, because I see something maybe bigger. It might just be another construct, I don't know. I see some boats. And I want to see what the Eye of Sauron is doing. Boy, I'm glad I emptied out my inventory space. Oh, right, I have a dodge. Do I have a dodge? Oh, I kind of have a dodge. Yeah, combat's rudimentary. I do appreciate that the goats have no sense of survival. They just come say hi. And die, admittedly. I just quick stacked my stuff. Shouldn't do that. Okay, is there anything else around here? Yeah, a little bit. But for the most part, I'm going to file this under... Game needs a lot more time, but it shows a lot of promise. I mean, once you start going on that airship, it feels great. The speed, the... you know, I'm going to say the grace and or lack therein felt very satisfying. You know, it's like I felt like I was flying around a giant clodding airship. And that's exciting in its own way. What is this? More hide. Cool. I'll just eat another one of these. Hopefully there's some more food up above. Or I just get shot immediately and that's just the end of it. Could be. But might as well mention that Echoes of Elysium is available now on Steam if you want to try it yourselves, or the demo is anyway. There's something I can... Okay, can I just break it? Yeah, it looks like I can just break the watchtower here. Also, my sword seems to be out of durability. Oh. It's out of durability, but it's not gone? So you might actually be able to repair stuff then. Well, that's certainly nice if true. I'm trying to do the 3-hit combo, but my character has just decided no. And it's fine, we don't need it. Oh, and the watchtower is just winked out of existence. I was hoping I'd at least get a resource cache for killing it, but I suppose that's not the case here. Well, it's fine. Anyway, yeah, if you want to try the demo yourselves, it is available and can be played multiplayer. I'm playing solo on this one, but you can play it yourselves. I will say the current version of this game is, as far as I can tell, hosted on their own servers, so you actually have to connect. You cannot play this offline. Please, Loric Games, correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I didn't see the option. And I also tried playing this when I did not have internet the other day, and it said no. So that's something to probably keep in mind as like a potential player of this game. And especially even for the developers, like when you launch this, you might want to have the ability to play solo offline and just, you know, have that all stored on a player's computer. I have played so many open world survival sandbox games that have gotten absolutely crushed by online connectivity. Ooh, this cloud's just coming in. Hello, cloud. I think I'm not going to be through it. It's a neat cloud. Anyway, yeah, I've seen so many games crushed by game launches, servers get hugged to death. Oops, no one wants to play this game. You know, the launch window was spent trying to fix the servers rather than anything else. I guess this probably shouldn't be too much of a obvious lesson, considering my contact at Loric worked on Wayfinder, and that very much was the initial Wayfinder launch, much to, I think, everyone's sadness. That was a very good game that was not ready for sudden popularity in the same way that some other games are. I gotta go back and play some more of it. But anyway, yeah, just having that offline version, I think, is probably the big #1 wishlist item I would have. Just from the perspective of not having that could actually be a serious problem. Okay, yeah, sometimes when I interact with that, the camera doesn't like what I'm doing, but that's okay. There's also, I think, a big temple-looking thing over there, which is interesting as well. Okay, well, I guess with all of this said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe, because I got tons to check out and show off. Well, for now at least, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. This actually looks like it might be a player town. Okay, hold up. I was going to end this video, but there's a lighthouse, and it looks like a dock. Port of Boreas, occupied by Heron. There's factions? How do we dock? Okay, it says occupied by Heron. Unfortunately, Heron does seem to be a bad lad. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of stuff. Alright. I guess we've just got a dry dock now. Cool. There was literally just a guy there. And doesn't cost me anything. Alright. See how this docking works. Can I dock? Dock airship. There we go. I don't know how it determines docking, but we've got it. Alright, cool. Well, whatever this is, we have it now. It's been liberated. It feels like one of those that you could, like, find NPCs and then send them back here to operate the place and do things for you. Currently, I don't really see much of a reason to dock here or do much of anything for that case. But I'm sure these mechanics will come later. For now, like I was saying, thank you all so much for watching. See you next time. What is in here? Oh well.